Hi everyone, Blaine here, and we are in Phoenix at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. It's Christmas Day, and I just want to give everyone a huge shout out. Merry Christmas. So with that, we're going to do a short flight from Phoenix to Las Vegas, and we're in Zibo 737-800, of course. So with that in mind, let's jump into the aircraft and get started. I'm going to set the mood, as Nick would call it, so we can adequately see. Okay, so it's good. All right, let's jump into the FMC then. We're using version 3.22 X-Ray. We are at KPHX. We're going to take off from runway 26. I just realized we're going to take off from runway 26 and we're going to land at 26 right. Destination is going to be KLAS. And our call sign is going to be 175. I really need to get it together and just learn Pilot Edge. I've been meaning to do it, but I've been so busy. Cost index is going to be 50. Reserves are going to be 1. Flight level is going to be 256. We're going to hit execute. N1. Temperature is 13 degrees. By the way, if you need to know where that is, it's right above your engine screen here, the TAT. So that's what you would put in. You go \13, put it in the temperature here, 22 kd rate, climb 1, takeoff. Our flaps are going to be 5. Trim is going to be 4.84. Oh, wrong button there. V speeds are going to be 140. Oh, it's already set. Cool. Okay. Departure, we're going to go to... We are taking the Mesa 5 SID with the Sissy transition. We're going to go to route and activate and hit execute. Back to departure and arrival, KL Las Vegas. We are going to take the Tyson 5 star with the IGM transition, and we're going to go to runway 26 right. And we're not going to use a transition for that. Okay, we're going to jump to our MCP, set that to plan, put it to 10, and then we're going to do our funny kind of weird camera zoom thing so that we can check the flight path. So, step. So after Sissy we have that. Okay, so we're going to take IGM and we're going to take it and put it in the place of the discontinuity. And we're going to hit execute. And we're going to go previous page and step again. And we have a full flight path. Good. Okay, Condi is our final approach fix, so we're going to change the speeds. And I like to go up in intervals at 20, just because it's even then. And 210, that's fine there. Okay, so overhead panel next Condi is going to be our landing altitude 3,800. So that's already in there. Okay, I must have done this flight recently. And our altitude here is going to be 27 because you can't go up because we're going to be 26.5. Oh, 25.6. Well, number dyslexia here. Let's check this out again. Init ref. Sorry, menu. Oh, 27.9. It changed. I was completely out to lunch there. My bad. 140 still. Okay. So it was 27.9, I believe. Yeah, 27.9. Okay, sorry about that. Overhead panel. It's 27 set to 28. Okay. Heat on. Engine 2 continuous. Landing lights on. Strobe on. MCP. Flight directors on. LNAV, VNAV. I'm not going to leave. I'm going to turn auto throttle off because we're going to have to reverse. Okay. Radios are at least on. We don't have to do anything for that right now though, so that's okay. Terrain on. Brakes to 2. Flaps are to 5. Okay, I think we're good to go right now. So, with that in mind, let's get out of here. Okay. Good. We're going to put auto throttle on now. We are good. Alright, let's go. Taxi to the runway. Guess I should have checked for cross traffic. This is my first time taking off from Phoenix. I actually haven't ever flown from here, so been to Phoenix. Went there mistakenly in July, and it was 50 degrees Celsius, which is insane. That'd be like probably 120, 125 or something Fahrenheit. It was insane. Wrong button. And nothing coming that way, and nothing coming that way. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, parking brake. Okay, flight path vector, parking brake, and then toga, 40%. I should have had it at 40% first, actually. That was just me being a little bit punchy there. It's okay. And we are departing Phoenix. Rotate aircraft. Positive rate, gear up. Okay, and we're gonna go auto flaps up, and then autopilot engage, throttle back to idle. Put the gear in the off position. Okay, so if I go to the legs page, climbing, everything looks good. Progress, where are we at? Okay, so 45 nautical miles, so we should expect to arrive at 2,321 hours, and it's 2038, so about 40. Top of climb, my apologies, there are 2 top of climbs, so 40 minutes or so. There's 45 nautical miles, I believe, to top of climb. And we're at 10,000 feet, so we're going to turn off our engine, or change our continuous engine start to auto and turn our landing lights off. Okay, and everything is looking good, so we don't really have to do anything until we get to top of descent. I'm going to start looking into getting music that's not copyrighted, so that I can play it during these flights, because otherwise it's kind of a weird lull for the most of the cruise portion of the flight. And I like music, but I don't want to get hit with copyright stuff like that. So until then, kind of kick back and enjoy the flight, and I'll see you in a little bit. Hey everyone, and we're back, and we're coming up on top of descent, so we got to take care of some things. We're going to go to the FMC and hit init ref. We're going to select our flap speed, which is going to be 131. Our course is going to be 256. We're going to go to legs, and we're going to go to next page, Condi 3800. So we're going to put that into the MCP. We did that. Okay, so 3800, and we're going to set our course. It was 256. We're good. We're going to set our brakes to 2, and we're going to go back to the FMC and go to init-ref and put the ILS frequency, which is 110.3. Drag required. Yep. Okay, so the FMC says that we should be at 272 for this altitude, and we're going to be there in 13, and we're there. So we're okay. I know it says drag. Sometimes it'll say drag required because it gets a little bit excited, and that's okay. But given that we're at 265, and we are 265, yeah, we're okay right now. When we get to Caddy, yeah, so we're doing fine for speed right now. We are expected at 2300, 29, 2321, and we are at 2057. Okay, so we got about another 20 minutes before we got to really worry. And so we're slowly making our descent into Las Vegas. So we're descending to 20,000. What does the FMC say? 272 still. That's fine. Is the decel before or after Yates? When we get to Caddy, that's when we're going to really decel. Okay, that's fine. This route's kind of interesting because you have a couple of altitude restrictions and you also have terrain. If you look at the approach for, or the star, I should say, for Navigraph for pretty much all of Las Vegas, there's altitude restrictions because of terrain. You know, as you can see in front of us right here, we got a little bit of a mountain here, so you got to be mindful of that stuff. I remember one time I wasn't flying the 737, but I was flying a Cessna 172, just kind of messing around in Western Canada, and I didn't realize there was an altitude restriction, and I went to go like make a cup of coffee or something like that. I came back and the plane had crashed into the side of a mountain because I didn't realize that the altitude I had set wasn't high enough. Okay, so the decel is going to hit us before we get to Caddy, which is fine. We're probably going to have to use the speed brake at least. So one of the things when I put in those speeds initially in the approach to slow the plane down, that's where this kind of comes in here. It says FMC speed because it knows to follow that speed. Again, though, because we're descending and we have a negative rate here, that's why we're naturally going to have, you know, a little bit more speed on the fuselage because we are increasing speed and the airflow over the aircraft. So when we hit this decel here, we're going to probably want to put the speed brake up for just a little bit. Okay, so we're starting to slow down, but 250 and 5 nautical miles, and we are at 268. Yeah, I'm going to put the speed brake out, just to give it a bit of help there. And I'm going to retract it now, because it's coming up to 250. Looks like a nice day out in the Nevada desert, though. Much nicer than it is in Canada right now. It's negative 20. Probably negative 25 with the wind chill. That's something you never quite get used to. I mean, I've lived in Canada my entire life, and I've never gotten used to wind chill factor. Should be at 250 and 5 nautical miles. Okay, doing all right there. How far are we away from Las Vegas? Did I write that down wrong? 25 right, not 26 right. Yeah, okay, I must have written that down wrong. It's 25 right, not 26 right. That would be bad. Panicked for a moment going, where's my runway? Tune nav 1. Can we select the approach yet? We can't. That's fine. Okay, so do we have an altitude restriction here? We don't. Okay. So we should be at 210 at 10,000, and we are at 250. We are going to extend that speed brake. Should be at 210, and we are not. So we're going to go speed intervene, and we're going to go 210. We're also going to track the speed brake 1. Yeah, we don't want it dropping radically. Given the terrain, it's probably going to take its time on the approach. And 6.3. Okay. Okay, so we're under 10,000 now, so we are going to go to here, and we're going to put our landing lights on, engine start to continuous. I'm going to check our speed here. We should be at 175, so we're going to slow this down. Okay, am I able to select the runway yet? I am not. That was probably drag required. It was. go speed brake 1. Okay, so we are 19 nautical miles to KLAX, so we're getting real close now. Can't select the approach yet. Should be at 155 in just a couple of moments here. Okay, I'm gonna do, how far are we again from the, how far are we again? We are 16 nautical miles now. Okay. I hit diamonds on point there. If I hit VOR lock, will that? So we are coming up on Hako. Should be at 155 now. Gonna do flaps down again. Just about able to do the glide slope. FMC says we should be at 155. Okay, we're getting there. It's taking its sweet time, that's for sure. Nautical miles to KLAX. Okay, flaps down. Slow down to 135. Hmm. 7 nautical miles. Flaps down again. And there we go. Flaps down again. Coming in a bit high for the glide slope, but that's okay, it should capture. 5 nautical miles, gear down. Flaps down. Okay, I think we're in the glide slope, we're good. Gear is locked and down, brakes are set to 2, speed is 130. Glide slope is captured. We're good, coming in. Happy lights are even. And we are in the glide slope. Okay, so we're all good. Just gotta come on in now. Okay. Okay, we're doing good. It's quite hard to see the PAPL lights given the contrast, but I can see these ones okay, and that's fine, so. Okay, so I am going to take control at 3,000 and bring it in. My aircraft. Kinda got off track there, but that's okay. Overcorrected there.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Overcorrected there, my bad. Speed brake extend, reverse is activated. Knots, cancel reversers. Yeah, right at the end there, I went ahead and I figured I was a little bit out of alignment and I overcorrected and I think I came up short, so that was my bad there. Sorry about that. I really got to get this scenery going for a lot of these aircraft or these airports. In spite of, I guess, taking over control, I wanna get better at my landing so I can actually, you know, take control at 10 nautical miles and control it the whole way. Just got to work on that a little bit. So here we are in Las Vegas. Never actually been here myself, but I hear it's a fun town. All right. Made it to Las Vegas. No issues other than my landing was a little bit rocky. But you know, again, with Flight Sim, you just gotta really practice everything. And how you get good at it is by simply knowing what to do properly, and then just really practicing over and over again. And that's why I try to do a lot of flights. I mean, I really like flying, and I'm really interested in aviation. But really, just a matter of just practice, practice, practice. It's how you get good at anything. So, with that in mind, guys, made it to Las Vegas from Phoenix. Good flight, and Merry Christmas, and thanks for watching.